In this video, we'll go over some things to how to set up your laptop to be able to find files and locate assignments easily in the program. I find file management to be something difficult for some students to grasp with a new computer. So when you open up your Windows, will look something like this. It depends on how the default settings from the manufacturer. Down here, you'll have somewhere down in this bottom, this is a taskbar. Somewhere down here, you'll have this 4-box symbol. Just click on that. That's our start button. And at this point, we're going to type in settings. So up here, type in settings. Press enter. And it should look something like this. This is basically information about your computer. So it's going to be a little different than mine. Looking down here, we have something called personalization. And this is where you can make it a little bit your own. We're going to work with that. Clicking on this changes the icons here. So here is where we set up how your computer is going to look to you and some particular settings. You're welcome to look through some of this stuff. But couple things I want to look at is the background. Click on background. The default will probably be some sort of picture from wherever you purchased it. And you could have other pictures as well. If you click on here, you can pick a different picture and you can browse your photos from your photo library. You could also just use a solid color and then just pick the color that you would want for your solid color. I'm going to keep it like this for the program. I would probably avoid slideshow and spotlight only because that does take some memory, whereas picture and solid color would not be as much. So we're done with personalized background. So click on personalization again. Gets us back to here. And let's get themes. This will show us our current theme and so forth. Going down, we desktop icon settings. Click on that. And that should show this dialog box here. I like to use computer and recycle bin and go ahead and use user files. These three are kind of major ones that I think would be good to have. This will show up what's on the desktop. So your desktop may have other icons around here. These would then be icons that we would have. Click apply. And when you do so, you'll see the three major icons here. Typically, I like this PC in the corner first and then the other two, however you prefer. I click on the icon with my left mouse button, and then while holding it down, dragging the icon in the position I want it to be at, then letting go of my mouse button, and it should stay there. Click on this PC, it'll open up to a window, shows you all your different drives. Again, yours will look different, and it'll look different at Kirkwood if you're working off a Kirkwood drive or if you're working at home, because there's different drive letters. C is the main one for your computer. Everyone has a C drive. And if you have additional removable drives, they'll show up as drive letters as well. This is kind of set up by the computer itself. Recycle bin is where things will go if you delete them. So if you delete something, they'll go into this recycle bin. Sometimes you might want to get something back out of it. And if that's the case, you just kind of go in there and you find the file you want and you kind of go, restore, right click and restore on the file, and it'll go back to where it came from. This is only if you find yourself you need something. And then there will be a folder for the computer that your files are basically in, and they're kept. They're the desktop information, documents, downloads, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of in a separate folder. What I like to do in this particular folder that is on your computer C drive is to make a new folder. So you right click in this area, new folder, and just give it the class name. In this case, we'll call it SketchUp. And inside the SketchUp folder, we can make other folders. Notice up here at the top, it kind of shows the file location. So it's on my computer under the Lopez folder for me, and then SketchUp. Inside the SketchUp folder, I can right click and make new folder again, and I can type in assignments. You can also make new folders here under new folder, shortcut. So we can do it this way too. So either way, either right clicking or under new. Let's do this one called lectures. And you can continue that way as well. It's good to have these folders set up. To get back out of the SketchUp folder, I would just either use the up arrow here to go back up a level, or click on the name here. Click on the name here, we go back, here's the Lopez folder, here's the SketchUp class. And you can do this for all your classes. As we get working on this, we would also like to look at basically the last 3 letters of every file. We can do that through the View menu. Under View, Show, make sure File Names Extensions is checked. And that way you would be able to see the file names extensions. So that would be checked. And we'll look at that more throughout the class. Again, you can make several folders here as you'd like. If you want to make one major one for the school year, you could, and just click and drag the folders into it. One thing you may want to do is create a new folder. So either go right click New here or go New Here folder. And let's go to the SketchUp install, and actually let's put that inside the SketchUp folder so I can just click and drag right into it. See how I'm clicking with my mouse, holding down the left mouse button and dragging it right in there, and it'll move it automatically. If you look inside, now we have it in here. So when we go ahead and download our installation files and installation information, we can download it right into this folder. One last thing that I like to do, notice I went back out of it, is to make shortcuts on the desktop. So this is in my Lopez folder because that's what my computer is named. And here will be where my files will be kept. But if I want a quick way to get to it, I can do what's called a shortcut. Now that I have this open here, I'm going to right click. Right click means use the right mouse button, hold it, and I'm going to drag this over to here. By right clicking and dragging it over, it's going to give me a dialog box. I'm going to let go of my mouse button at this point, and it says, what do you want to do? Do I want to copy something here? Do I want to move it here or create a shortcut? I'm going to go ahead and create a shortcut. And this shortcut now I can put on this desktop, and I call it my SketchUp shortcut. I can also just right click on it and rename. I'm just going to call it SketchUp. I can tell that it's a shortcut because of this little arrow here. Notice that these folders don't have little arrows. They're direct folders, whereas this is a shortcut. And so if I double click on this, I go right into my SketchUp folder directly. And you can do this for all your other classes as well. Hopefully, this will help you set up your laptops and your computers to be successful in your semester.